Hello, my loves, and welcome to this New Year's Yin practice. This flow is called Becoming the Self You're Creating, and in this practice, we move slowly, intentionally, and symbolically. The very shape you take is a small step toward the version of you that's waiting to emerge. Before we begin, I invite you to have a bolster or a couple of pillows at hand. These will help you sink even deeper into relaxation. When you're all set, go ahead and slowly lower yourself onto your back. Let the ground hold you, really hold you. Bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees gently fall open, forming that soft diamond shape. If you'd like more support, place blocks or cushions under your thighs and allow your body to be cradled. Rest your arms wherever they feel most natural. Maybe palms open beside you or one hand resting over your heart, one over your belly. A gesture of greeting yourself. Let your inhales be soft, and let your exhales feel like a door unlocking inside you. This practice is called Becoming the Self You're Creating. And in this practice, we won't rush, we won't push. We will simply melt into shapes that help us hear ourselves more clearly. Yin is spacious like that. It lets the truth rise on its own, like breath, like dawn. As we move, each pose will offer you a question. Not a question to solve, but a question to feel. A question that moves through your hips, your heart, your breath, your memory. A question that by the end of this practice will help you see the version of yourself you're quietly growing toward. So take a moment now. Let your shoulders soften down your back. Let your jaw loosen. Let your exhales feel like the last pages of the old year turning gently closed. There's nothing you have to hold up right now. Nothing to prove. Nothing to get right. Just you and the soft beginning of who you are becoming. Supine butterfly pose is a pose of opening, of soft vulnerability, of allowing yourself to receive. And with that in mind, the question for this first posture is, what part of me is ready to open to something new this year? What part of me is ready to open to something new this year? You don't have to name it. You don't have to understand it. Just breathe into the possibility of opening and let your body, mind, and soul show you what it already knows. With your next inhale, slowly draw your knees back together. Take a deep breath in through your nose here. And a full exhale out through your mouth. Then lift your right foot and cross your right ankle over your left thigh, just above the knee. Let your right knee open outward like a small, soft doorway. You can stay right here, or if it feels good, thread the hands behind the left thigh and draw the legs in toward your chest, just enough to feel something, never more than your body can receive with ease. And just allow your head to be heavy, your shoulders to melt. Figure 4 is a shape of release, a gentle unwinding of the places where you held on too tightly, the places that have carried tension, stories, expectations, and old patterns. As the right hip softens, imagine you loosening the knots of last year, the parts of you that worked so hard, the parts that held so much, the parts that may still be gripping without meaning to. This pose invites you to unclench, physically, emotionally, energetically. And so the question that accompanies this shape is, what belief or pattern feels tight in me? What is something I'm ready to gently loosen my grip on? What belief or pattern feels tight in me? What is something I'm ready to gently loosen my grip on? Let this stretch help you feel the answer. Every soft inhale creates space. Every long exhale lets something old unspool. Slowly release your hands from behind the thigh, but keep your legs crossed and bent. Try to slide your right knee over your left so your knees stack here. Let the feet point outward, flexed or relaxed, whatever feels natural. Then reach up and gently take hold of your feet, one hand on each. There's no specific right way to hold them. Just enough of a connection that you feel supported, gathered and held. Allow your elbows to soften. Allow the weight of your legs to melt into your hands. Let your breath find you. This shape can feel beautifully intimate, almost like you are cradling the space between opposing parts of yourself. Two sides, two truths, two needs, two currents moving through you at once. We often live between contrasts, who we've been and who we are becoming, what we want and what we fear, where we are comfortable and where we are called. This pose mirrors that inner dialogue, the gentle crossing of two different energies. So the question for this shape is, what two parts of you feel like they have been pulling in different directions? What two parts of you feel like they've been pulling in different directions? Maybe it's rest and ambition, certainty and change, comfort and growth, the past you know and the future you can almost feel. As you breathe here, imagine you're holding both parts with kindness, not choosing one, not forcing harmony, just acknowledging that both belong. Let the body soften around that truth, that you don't have to be just one thing. You are allowed to be beautifully complex. Amazing. Gently release your feet, letting your legs uncross with care as if you're unweaving two threads. Draw your knees in toward your chest and take a slow breath in. As you exhale, let both knees drift over to the right side, melting toward the floor onto a pillow. Let your left arm extend out to the side, palm open, like you're offering space to what's coming next. Your gaze can follow the left hand or stay neutral, whatever feels kinder to your neck. Let your heart soften. Let your breath widen across the ribs. A twist is a quiet invitation to see differently. It gently reshapes your spine, your breath, and maybe your perspective. Not by force, but by allowing the body to settle into a new angle, a new relationship with gravity, a new way of looking at what is and what was. As the left lung opens and your spine spirals, imagine the past year unwinding behind you, not disappearing, but laying itself out clearly, honestly, and gently, so you really can see what matters with fresh eyes. This pose asks you to trust the perspective that comes from stillness. And so the question here is, what truth becomes clearer when I look at my life from a different angle? What truth becomes clearer when I look at my life from a different angle? Maybe it's something you've known but haven't said. Something you've felt but haven't named. Something only visible when you soften long enough to see it. Let the twist show you what straight lines sometimes can't. Let the breath reveal whatever tends to hide. And let clarity rise slowly, like a tide, without needing to be perfect. Just breathe. And let whatever wants to become clear, become clear. Take one more deep, soft breath in your twist. And let the exhale bring you gently back through center. Pause here for a moment on your back, as if you are letting your whole body reset, like a snow globe settling after being stirred. When you're ready, place your feet on the earth. Lift your left foot this time and cross your left ankle over your right thigh, just above the knee. And just let the left knee open outward. Stay here if this feels like enough, or thread your hands behind the right thigh and draw the legs in toward your chest, only as far as your body welcomes. Let your head be heavy. Let your spine soften into the floor. Let your breath spill gently into your hips. This side often feels different. Not better, not worse, just different. Our bodies carry stories unevenly. Experiences settle into the left side and right side in their own unique ways. And this pose becomes a quiet opportunity to meet the parts of yourself you don't always pay attention to. The subtle emotions, the quieter voices, things that whisper instead of shout. So as this hip begins to open, imagine you're listening to the side of yourself that's softer, shyer, more easily overlooked. Let it ask you this question. What part of myself have I been quieting or ignoring that deserves to be heard this year? What part of myself have I been quieting or ignoring that deserves to be heard this year? Maybe it's a longing you've brushed aside, a boundary you haven't honored, a creative spark you keep postponing, a truth that's been waiting patiently for space. Let the stretch reveal it gently. Let your inhales shine light into the forgotten corners. And let your exhales make room for whatever wants to speak. Gently release your hands from behind the thigh and slide your left thigh over your right, letting the knees stack again. Almost like your legs are folding into one another, a gentle self-embracing knot. Let your feet flare outward, relaxed and easy. And then reach up and hold your feet, one hand on each, not pulling, just supporting. And again, let your elbows soften. Let your shoulders relax back into the mat. Let the pose hold you. This shape is tender and a little vulnerable. It asks you to meet the places where things overlap, where your desires intersect with your fears, where your dreams brush up against your doubts, where two different parts of you try to coexist. And maybe you've felt that lately. The gentle tug between what feels safe and what feels right. Between who you've been and who you're becoming. Between comfort and possibility. This pose invites harmony, not through force, but through acknowledgement. So the question here deepens slightly. What priority inside me wants to shift, even just a little, to support the self I am becoming? What priority inside me wants to shift, even just a little, to support the self I am becoming? Maybe something needs more of you, or maybe something needs less. Maybe a habit wants to soften, or value wants to rise to the surface. Breathe into the crossed legs, into the crossing of energies, into the truth that tiny shifts can change your entire direction. Let your body guide you. Let clarity move in quietly. Take one more soft breath where you are. And slowly release your feet, letting the legs uncross with care, as if you are untying a ribbon. Gently bring your knees back to your chest, allowing everything to neutralize. When you're ready, let your knees drift over to the left side now. Allow them to settle onto the mat or onto a cushion, somewhere that feels supported, effortless, and easeful. Extend your right arm out to the side, palm open, like you're reaching towards something true. Your gaze can follow your right hand or stay neutral. Choose the version that feels kindest to your neck and to your nervous system. Let your right ribs slowly expand with breath. Let your spine soften into the twist like a spiral unwinding. Let gravity help you release what doesn't need to be held anymore. This pose is a moment of gentle rearrangement, a quiet shift in direction, a soft turning toward what matters, a way of seeing your life from a different vantage point. If the right side felt like clarity, this side feels like understanding, like the way a truth becomes more honest when felt from both angles. The left twist asks you to trust change, to trust the slow choreography of growth, to trust your inner compass even when the path curves. So the question here deepens again. What am I willing to release to create space for the version of me that's emerging? What am I willing to release to create space for the version of me that's emerging? It might be a habit, a fear, a narrative you've been repeating, a way of shrinking, a way of apologizing for your light. Or maybe it's something more subtle, something only you can feel. Breathe deeply into the right side of your body. Let the exhales be a small offering, a letting go that doesn't have to be dramatic to be real. You're not emptying yourself, you're making room. Take one last soft breath in your twist. And on the exhale, gently guide your knees back through center. Pause here for a moment, noticing how your spine feels. Maybe as if you cleared a narrow pathway inside yourself. When you're ready, draw your knees a little wider than your torso and lift your feet toward the sky. Reach up and hold the outsides of your feet or your ankles or even behind your thighs, whatever feels loving and accessible for your body today. Let your knees soften toward your armpits. Let your tailbone melt down without forcing it. Let your shoulders and jaw relax. Happy baby is a shape of innocence, of returning to the part of you that didn't worry, didn't overthink, didn't carry the weight of expectations. It's a shape that reminds you that beneath every layer of responsibility and growth, there's still a soft, playful, unguarded version of you who simply wants to exist freely. As you settle here, breathe into your hips, into your inner thighs, into the memories stored in your body. And the question here meets you gently. What did my younger self love about me that I want to bring forward into this new year? What did my younger self love about me that I want to bring forward into this new year? Maybe it's your creativity, or your courage, your curiosity, your silliness. Maybe it's your softness or your imagination, or your willingness to dream without limits. Let your breath reconnect you to that part of you, the version of you who wasn't afraid to be seen, who didn't dim their magic, who believed in possibility. Feel that younger self as present, alive, woven into the body you inhabit now. Gently release your feet from happy baby and draw your knees back toward your chest for a moment, giving your spine one last soft hug. And then extend your legs long down your mat. Reach your arms overhead long and loose if you're waking up in slow motion. Now begin to shift your legs over to the right corner of your mat, letting them drift like a tide pulling to shore. And then gently walk your hands and upper body to the right as well, creating a soft crescent moon shape. You can cross your left ankle over your right if that feels grounding, or hold your left wrist with your right hand for a little extra stretch, but only if it's gentle, never forced. Let the left side of your body bloom open. Your ribs, your hip, your arm, your breath. Bananasana is the shape of reaching toward possibility. A stretch into the spaces just beyond your comfort, into the dreams that hover at the edges of your awareness. This pose reminds you that you can expand softly, without rushing, without proving, without needing everything to be clear. Sometimes the most beautiful things start at the edges. The idea you can almost feel. the desire you can almost name, the future self you can almost see. And so the question here is, what possibility feels just out of reach, yet keeps calling to me? What possibility feels just out of reach, yet keeps calling to me? Maybe it's a dream you haven't fully admitted, a shift you've been imagining quietly, a version of you that feels both exciting and unfamiliar, something that scares you a little because it matters so much. You don't need to reach it today. Just acknowledge it. Let your body feel the pull of it. Let your breath expand toward it. Take a long, slow breath where you are. And with your exhale, gently bring your body back through center. And then right away slide your legs over to the left corner of your mat. Then walk your hands and upper body to the left as well, inviting your spine into that beautiful crescent shape once again. Maybe the right ankle crosses over the left for grounding, or your left hand gently holds your right wrist, only if it feels tender and welcoming. And again, let your right rib cage open like a window lifting. Let your right hip soften. Let your breath move slowly and fully into the entire right side of your body. This second side often reveals something different. Not just a stretch, but a shift in how you feel the pose. Let this side become a moment of following the path you sensed on the first side, of leaning a little more into your curiosity, your intuition, and your courage. So if the right side crescent helps you name a possibility, this left side crescent helps you feel the moment that possibility begins to take shape. So the question here becomes, how does my future begin to take shape the moment I lean toward this possibility? How does my future begin to take shape the moment I lean toward this possibility? Notice what rises when you ask that. A feeling, a vision, a single word, a sensation in your chest or belly or maybe throat. Sometimes saying yes doesn't look like action. Sometimes it begins as a subtle shift inside you, a softening, a willingness, a quiet belief that maybe, just maybe, you can grow into something new. Let your breath fill this space, Let your exhale anchor your courage, and let your body experience the truth that becoming often begins in a whisper. Slowly, with your next exhale, guide your body back to center. Let your spine settle long on the mat. And then, when you're ready, bend your knees and plant your feet on the floor, hip width apart. Walk your heels in just enough so you can brush them with your fingertips. Then lift your hips gently just a few inches and slide a block or cushion underneath your sacrum, that flat bony place at the base of your spine. Allow your hips to rest heavy into the support, letting the earth and your prop hold the weight of you. Your shoulders soften, your belly softens, your throat softens, your heart lifts without effort, like it's being quietly encouraged upward by something bigger than you. Supported bridge is a shape of rising without strain, of letting yourself be elevated simply by allowing support in. It's a reminder that you don't have to become your future self through force. Sometimes all you need is a gentle lift, a steady foundation, a willingness to be held while you rise. Feel the spaciousness in your chest. Feel the openness in your front body. Feel the soft courage of this shape. The question here deepens into something brave. What does the future version of me have the courage to rise into? What does the future version of me have the courage to rise into? Maybe it's a new boundary, a new truth, a new expression, a new softness, a new strength. Something tender but powerful waiting for you to claim it. Breathe into the lift of your heart, into the upward energy of this shape. Let your future self feel close, not far away, but right beneath your ribs, quietly expanding. From your supported bridge, Keep your hips resting right where they are, held, elevated, and supported. And on your next gentle inhale, begin to float your feet off the floor. Knees draw in first, and then your legs extend upward, reaching toward the ceiling in a way that feels effortless, supported, almost weightless. Let your arms widen beside you, palms facing up, or rest your hands on your belly. Your legs don't need to be perfectly straight. In fact, they can soften, bend, or even sway a little. This pose is less about symmetry and more about allowing energy to rise without your body having to do the heavy lifting. With your hips still cradled by the prop, your whole back body feels safe enough to surrender, and at the same time, your whole front body feels free enough to expand. Allow this pose to become a shape of receiving, of letting goodness come to you instead of always reaching outward. It is the moment in the journey where your future self stops being a distant idea and starts becoming something you can actually feel. This shape supports circulation, clarity, renewal, a quiet reset that mirrors what happens internally when you soften your grip on how things must unfold. So here the next question gently rises. What am I ready to receive as I become this future version of myself? What am I ready to receive as I become this future version of myself? Not what you should receive, not what others expect you to receive, but what your heart is quietly wishing to make room for. More self-love, more ease, more joy, maybe more self-trust. Let your legs float. Let your breath soften. Let yourself receive. Gently bend your knees and lower your feet back to the mat, keeping your hips resting on the prop for just a breath or two as your body settles and your energy lands softly. Then press through your feet. Lift your hips just enough to slide the prop out from underneath you and lower your spine back down to the mat with care. Now gently place your blocks or cushion behind you, one beneath your shoulder blades and one beneath your head, or a single long support running from your low back to your skull. Whatever creates a gentle, effortless lift through the heart. Lean back onto your props, letting your chest rise without any work from your muscles. Your arms drift open to the sides, palms up, like you're quietly saying, I am available for what's true. Let your legs extend long, or keep a soft bend at the knees. Any shape that allows your body to melt around the heart's opening. Supported fish is a surrender into expansion, a receiving of light without effort. A moment where your chest opens, your breath widens, and your heart feels just a little closer to the self you are becoming. There's no strain here, only invitation, only soft permission. Your future self isn't something you have to chase, not something you have to earn. It's someone that meets you when you make space for them. So in this supported opening, with your heart resting in the gentle cradle of your props, let this question rise. What part of me have I been keeping small that is ready to unfold now? What part of me have I been keeping small that is ready to unfold now? Maybe it's a part of you tucked away for protection. Maybe it's a part that felt too bright, too bold, too sensitive, too strange. A part that's been waiting quietly and patiently for your invitation to expand. Let your breath move softly through your chest. Let your ribs open. Let that part of you feel that space you're offering. Beautiful. Feel more than welcome to move into a traditional Shavasana from here. Or without changing too much, begin to slide your feet together and let your knees fall gently open into butterfly legs. Keep your bolster right where it is beneath your spine, letting it hold you, lift you, and open you in the most effortless way. Your arms soften out wide, palms open. Maybe your eyes close. Your belly unguards itself. Your throat relaxes. Your whole body becomes a quiet offering. This shape is not just a rest. It is a becoming, a soft, supported unfolding of everything you discovered along the way. You have reflected on possibility. You've leaned toward it. You're rising into it. You've opened your truth. And now you lie here in this tender, sacred space, where the future self you've been unveiling can step forward. Let your breath move slowly, like waves brushing the shore of your ribs. Let your body melt deeper into the support beneath you. Let your heart feel gently held, because this is where we finish. Not with effort, not with reaching, but with trust. And as your body settles into this open, receptive stillness, here is your final question. The question that gathers everything. If the truest, most aligned version of me walked into this room right now, what would they look like? How would they move? What energy would radiate from them? If the truest, most aligned version of me walked into this room right now, what would they look like? How would they move? What energy would radiate from them? Don't force an image. Just let it rise. Maybe it comes as a feeling, a color, a presence, maybe a posture or a sensation in your heart. Let that future self step closer, as if they are coming to lie beside you, not separate from you, but made of you. A version of you that has always been waiting, quietly listening for the moment you were ready to meet them. Breathe with them here. Breathe as them. Let your heart open to the possibility that this version of you is not far away. They are already forming inside you, breath by breath, moment by moment. Stay here, resting in openness, resting in becoming. Begin to bring awareness back into your body, slowly wiggling your fingers and toes, noticing the floor beneath you, the support of the bolster, the space around you that has held you so tenderly. Take a deep, nourishing inhale. And as you exhale, allow your knees to draw together gently. Know that this version of you, the one you have been gently meeting, exploring, and imagining, is already forming inside you. Each breath, each small act, each kind thought toward yourself brings them closer. Carry the feeling of spaciousness, possibility, and self-trust with you as you move through the rest of your day or into the new year. When you're ready, slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Allow your hands to gently press into your heart center. Feel the serenity and warmth of home within you. In this connection to your heart, may you find peace, love, and gratitude. Let's sound our practice with a final nourishing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. I hope you move forward with gentle courage, open-hearted curiosity, and the quiet knowing that your truest self is always living inside you.